Would you say that the rise of the Mexican cartels and the Colombians it has reduced the power of the Italian mafia?
I don't think the Italian mafia has the power or will ever have as much power as they used to. Not in this country, because law enforcement has just become so heavily. Uh, at the time of my arrest, the FBI had agents attached to all the five families. They since reduced that there, and they got like 2 squads for the whole five families. And if you notice, you don't. At the time that we got busted with the Colombo, they had a massive Gambino bus. All the families. I mean, we were all in prison. And, there hasn't been much after that there.
The Bonanno associate that I interviewed, he was active in the 1960s, and he said back then the old school code was, you don't harm women, don't harm kids. But now the new cartels have come in, they'll kill your entire family, they'll torture them, they'll video it, they'll put it online.
That's the cartels.
Yeah. So is that where organized crime is at these days? Have all the old school values gone?
Well, honestly, like my friend Joe said to me when he left, I took his advice. All right, I came back here because I actually had 2 informants, Johnny Franchese and Guy Furtado, who came out here. And we went to the Ivy over on Robertson Boulevard. And I'm sitting between the two of them, and they both had tape recorders going. So, knowing how easy it is, you can't talk to nobody today. You don't know. And don't think that they're wearing a wire on their chest. That ain't the case. In both armistices, it was in their watch. They could put it in your eyeglasses. They could put it in, what do you call those things? I mean, the equipment they got, we had 3,500 hours. Nobody had a wire. Search all you want. Not going to find a wire.
So how realistic was the Irishman?
Frank Sheeran did not kill Jimmy Hoffa. And he also proclaimed that he killed Joey Gallo. Never happened. I thought the movie was too long. I thought Joe Pesci did a fantastic job. Then Pacino did an excellent job playing Jimmy Hoffa. Played it pretty well. What am I to say? It's a $179 million film, and I forgot how many hundreds of millions it has been, or whatever it is, has seen it on Netflix. You got to remember, no studio would touch it. It got to Paramount. They wanted to do it. Their executives would not approve the financial budget on that there, but it was Paramount, I believe, who brought it with Martin Scorsese to Netflix. And thank God I watched it on Thanksgiving Day at my home right here. And I watched it in four segments. I cut it up. Because if I had to go to the movie theater and watch a film for 3.5 hours, I guarantee I would have walked out.
What's your theory on who killed Hoffa?
My theory on who killed Jimmy Hoffa? I can't tell you who killed Jimmy Hoffa. I'm going to think it was Tony the Pro, no question about that there. Okay? Tony Provenzano. But one thing that they did do, Martin Scorsese did, they showed him being cremated. You know, that's one theory that I never read about that might have happened to him. That's a good possibility, isn't it?
Yeah.
I heard that he went through a meat grinder, hamburger grinder. That's what I heard.
What did you hear about JFK?
JFK? There again, it's be my conspiracy theory. People, everybody's heard of the underworld. Nobody's heard of the overworld. Many, many years ago, a guy came to me and he had papers from the overworld. The overworld was Aristotle, Onassis, and that type of thing. The underworld, of course, being guys like me. And I know Ted Kennedy went to Aristotle, Onassis, and said he wanted to run for president. And Ari told him, you run for president, same thing happened to your brother is going to happen to you. Ted never ran. John Kennedy was could have been a great president. And, he did it. I think it was a big mistake making his brother the attorney general and then have him go against the same people that put him in the office. That was no good. That was rotten shit. He got shot too. A lot of people are not like me, but you don't do that. He wanted to play his own political game. It's like he didn't care for his brother. I blame Robert Kennedy for killing John Kennedy. How was that one?
In more recent years, we had the Chomo Jeffrey Epstein got taken out or suicided in your state. Did you hear anything on that?
I don't believe he committed suicide, I'll tell you that much. When you're dealing with that kind of money, that kind of power of the people that were around, you're talking about presidents. You're talking about leaders of countries.
Prince Andrew over here, he's been in the news a lot.
Over in your country there. What do you think is going to happen? People used to come to me and had deals where we're going to make billions of dollars. And I said, you really think that's going to happen, huh? You ain't going to make it. You're going to get killed. Because those people are not going to allow it to happen. They say that if the wealth of this country was distributed equally amongst every citizen in the United States, if everybody woke up tomorrow morning and had the same amount of money, in 6 months, not 6 years, 6 months, it'd be back in the hands of the people who have it.
So you mentioned there's an underworld with people like you and an overworld. So you're saying the overworld took Epstein out?
The guy brought the papers to me, and they showed two guys at the grassy knoll in Dallas. Jimmy Fratiano and Johnny Roselli. They were at the knoll. The guy had shown me pictures. I never hear about them there. Did Lee Harvey Oswald really kill? There's so many theories that they come out with. Who does really know? CIA knows.
And do those guys, do they work with the underworld and get the underworld to do their hits?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When the FBI, CIA, DEA, when they need you, they'll come to you. They'll come to us. They might need somebody whacked. They did it in Mississippi with Colombo guy. what the hell was his name? He worked as an informant, and he got more information from the FBI agent was Del Vecchio. What was his name now? I'm having a senior moment. But the FBI took him down, and he did the job down in Mississippi to find out who killed those who killed those young kids. It was an Italian that did that. So, if they got a use for you, they're going to use you. If not, they're going to abuse you.
So with Epstein then, do you think it's more likely they would have used the guards to do it if he was killed? They would have used the prisoners to do it? Or they would have sent someone into the MCC?
They could have done it either one of them ways. I'm going to imagine with the guards.
Because the guards are saying they both fell asleep simultaneously, which has never happened in the history of that jail since 1975.
Right. Were you in that? No, you were in state prison.
Arizona State.
You were in Arizona State.
Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
Joe Arpaio, that asshole.